This is probably a work of fiction. Hi everyone, you found what to play next. Bring everything that is awesome in gaming. This is, if you're into adventure, play it. We're just gonna say it. If you're into adventure, play this game. I gotta get a little more festive here, it's the holidays. That is Louis. You get to play Louis. Louis is, I frequently describe him as a scruffy looking nerf herder, because I've never seen any character who fits that description quite so well. It might be my opinion of the French. It might be my opinion of peasants. You never know. Either way, Louis is a glorious specimen of manhood, representing the French peasantry in ways previously hitherto unknown, hitherto unexplored. Shoot, I was gonna bring in some more lighting, but off the coast of England, that's odd. The Conclave, I was gonna say, you're basically running the world. That is the interesting thing about this game. Louis's mother was head of the Golden Order. They come across some sort of book, and she's in pursuit of it. She goes to a private party, a very private party, with the extreme upper class. They do have them, just where they get together and talk. And doublespeak, for instance, that's featured in 1984. It's nothing new to people who are used to understanding the world in terms of metaphors. So the extremely educated will frequently do that. If you ever think you have what it takes, talking politics is the bluntest of all the ways to do that. You kind of talk around it. You would talk about geography or property or, pretty much anything but direct intervention, dictates and so on. And people tend to get that wrong, even, university material. So we're trying to decide the fate of America. Obviously, when you get together with cronies or crew, you will speak a little bit more openly. So we're deciding to play the other team.
Aren't you afraid our projects for Italy
and see if we can't get Mexico
discovered before?
Excuse me, Louisiana purchase.
Oh, please excuse us, Louis, but I need to speak with Lord Mortimer in private.
No. What do you want, Louis?
Some advice when approaching Godoy. The rest of the conference is going to play out.
I'm going to have a word with Duke Manuel, but you know him better than I do, I believe.
Yes. Avoid any marks of respect and protocol pertaining to his rank.
Weird.
He's not fond of courtly manners.
Thank you for the advice, my lord.
That's odd. I don't know that I would have given Louis that advice. He's kind of a little bit informal. So we're going to go try and sway Godoy to act a certain way, specifically so that we can play him. We're trying to get the Louisiana Purchase for America. It'll be handed over to the Spanish, ironically, where Godoy is an extraordinarily influential player. And kind of handled from there. I don't know who Mortimer has in place, but he heavily implies that, this is something that he can do. Look at the map real fast. Quarterlinks are 2 guests. We can always check his room and see if he's there. The setting is so incredible. If, like I said, if you are into adventure, it's a must play. There's nothing like it.
Hey, Peru's name tag's fallen off, and his door's ajar.
I'm not easily sidetracked, I swear. I follow where the story goes. My degree doubles, it's not just a license to practice science, it doubles for journalism. So, my dear little Eleanor, I wanted to share with you my calmer thoughts of the moment. Needless to say how much I miss you and how much I regret having to be separated from you. But I know you'll be virtuous, courageous, and safe with your sister, Marie Ellen. I'll never be able to mend my mistakes. I do know how to save you from their consequences once and for all. Be always assured my fatherly devotion and affection, never doubt, come what may. You must know that everything will turn out for the best now. I'm determined to protect whatever the price I have to pay, so be confident and serene in times of ordeal with all my love, your ever proud father. It's strange. I wondered if that was left on the desk, It's like he went for a bath and his room got tossed. We're constantly in trouble. It's not particularly shocking. 4 circle shaped key. They pack a lot of intrigue into this. One of our more handy partners in crime is Emily Hillsborough. She was one of a pair of twins, and her sister, sacrificed her identity so they could marry a duke. They needed both of them to handle the responsibilities of the office, so they did make that sacrifice. Now, Louis's mother has run into her.
I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister Marie-Hélène.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
We can do a lot in the way of buffs. Restores 2 effort points, cures negative alterations. So, I think that's what I missed
Dear
there.
Monsieur Peru.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
In general, just as a matter of course, I do tend to loot the place. You don't really get docked for that. You tend not to enroll playing either. People live by different rules, They just don't. It's not the same as a house party where you wouldn't go through somebody's stuff. At a political party like this, you're trying to get any sort of edge, and you'll walk into people in all sorts of scandalous situations. John Adams' daughter was here to
My
be
dear
treated.
son, I'm writing to
She
implore you to
died.
act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
The Bonapartes were an interesting family. Napoleon is here.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
I'm not particularly shocked. Interesting. Napoleon is immune to conviction. His father was a minor noble, and he wasn't treated right, at least not according to him. And rose in power as a result. It's fairly frequent. In reply to your demand of enthronement into our society, unfortunately you don't meet the criteria required to become a member of the Golden Order. We are, however, honored by the interest you've shown in our research and activities. We have no doubt that your keen interest for the occult sciences will one day allow you to join us. And in anticipation of that day, please accept the expression of our full consideration. Terra de Riche. Interesting. He's got to work on his studies a little bit more if he wants to join up. I could have sworn that I saw a glimmer here. Oh, there it is. It's on the other side. Objects of interest are clearly marked out because of the size. The scope of this place is incredible. It's an amazing
The
adventure.
Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
The books give you a bump to your ability. Depending on what you have equipped, you can choose different career paths, and they unlock different conversation trees. So while you will wind up having a lot of the same meetings, etc., you won't necessarily have the same path unfold based on your choices.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Let's see what Emily is up to. Oh, I guess not. She tried to visit us late night, so apparently the fact that she's a twin. Hello, friend.
Ah, Monsieur de Richet. You wouldn't have seen Duke Manuel by any chance, would
No,
you?
I need to find him.
Going to ask you the same question.
Darn it.
I wanted to speak to him, but no one will open the door. I'm not sure he's in there.
If I want to pass through, I'll have to get Volner out of the way.
You tried entering, make him leave.
I've searched all over the manor, but I can't find him.
One thing's for sure, Monsieur de Richet. He's neither in his room nor on this floor. I've just looked all over.
I propose we both look for him. The first to find him tells the Duke that the other is also looking for him. Agreed?
Perfect. Let's do that. I shall have a look in the library. If you find the Duke before me, tell him I want to speak to him.
I'm
Yes.
not shocked after the last conversation.
Let's proceed as you say.
Thank you, Monsieur de Richet.
He was furious at the setup for the Louisiana Purchase, that
Right.
Spain would
Now
intercede.
be a good boy and go look somewhere else.
Read letters addressed from the other guests. From level of the personality. I mean, if nothing else, I want to look around. I have
Don
incredible skill
Quixote.
with.
Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Interesting. We act out a lot of what we don't say, but we have to not say it. So you kind of have to say something where parts of it are repressed. It might be a quirk of American culture.
Mary Louise of Parma. How ironic having a painting of the Queen of Spain in one's room, my Lord Duke.
Not particularly.
It looks like someone's hidden something on the back of this painting. It's a letter. Of course, it's written in Spanish. And it reeks of lavender.
Lavender and
Well,
gooseberries.
well, Mr. Godoy. You seem very interested in
Probably
hiding
not.
this letter. Another secret romance, I presume?
Interesting. I mean, their affairs are legendary. These people were just absolutely scandalous. You know, it happens with politicians, so apparently it comes with power, which is addictive. Here's the information obtained by our intelligence service. I can confirm that Mr. Hay is working on an agreement with Great Britain. The aim seems to be to weaken the French economy, secretly that of Spain, by seizing merchandise at sea. The treasuries are suffering from the embargo on French food products. Such a treaty would mean the ruin of our colonies. I have no doubt you'll be able to swiftly find a diplomatic solution, waiting further instructions. So he's operating pretty openly, you know, indicating that he has an agenda at this party. Key with an occult air symbol. Interesting. Drug use, etc. I've heard power described as
Don
akin to
Quixote.
drinking.
Talking without thinking is like shooting without taking aim.
So
Prometheus,
a drunk.
punished for stealing fire from the gods and giving it to man.
Having a drink, loosening your inhibitions, that sort of thing, is a biochemical result of acquiring power, especially disproportionately. Obviously, people who are raised in this environment have a natural ability to continue to operate socially, despite what may come. But, you know, Hillsborough, for instance, sacrificed half of her life to be able to continue to function as necessary. Just meet all the demands. Alright, so Prometheus. Not really a whole lot going on there. But we did find out, you know, that he's not in his rooms. And quite a bit of dirt on him, so that was handy.
That's me.
Yeah, I mean, I can just check in. Maybe he's waiting for me. You never know. Maybe somebody left something. My mother, I'm still searching for her. I'm basically following this trail of clues left behind by her, which is frustrating.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
The only thing frustrating about this was the camera angle did swoop, so that was a little bit annoying. Or it would just pan in really sharply. Second floor hallway. I was on my way around. I think I can get in here. Let me see. Nope, I want to go the other way. You're on a private island, so, I mean, every time you think that you've reached the edge of the excess that was I want to say the Middle Ages through the Age of Enlightenment. These people just, it wasn't there. You know, this perspective granted by newspapers you saw in Pulp Fiction, or not Pulp Fiction, in pamphlets next. Not in any sort of watchdog function. So, frustrating. The lack of self-reflection. Let's see what's in here. Nothing. Here's a nothing. Again, the camera's
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
There's a circle around the lock here.
Popped open readily enough. After this, we pretty much gotta bounce and check and see if Godoy's in the library.
Effects of Sal de Richer, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
Oh my goodness.
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
I mean, we're presuming our mother is alive.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Kind of a repeat.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Inferno was an
lectures
interesting
Mortimer is
read.
giving to his guest. Golden elixir.
Humidors, paintings, drugs or buffs. That's basically what they're used for, is buffs. Might as well bounce, so we'll just keep the plot moving along as fast as we can here. I usually run these a little bit longer just because of the historical and political bent. They move at a slower pace, so this is, I think, the 3rd chapter.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
In the series. So that's whose room I was looting. The 1st chapter is free, so if you want to look in the link in the description below, you can download and play the entire 1st chapter. It is a standalone. So if you're not, you know, if you're not used to this, if this is in fact your first rodeo, it is a great game to, you know, get started out on.
President George Washington.
In his rooms? Not so much. You get a little bit into the pixel hunt, but not too much. You get a little bit into the use of historical characters, you know, and the liberties that we take with them in adventure, but not too much. John Quincy Adams' daughter was not killed at a political party. To the extent of my knowledge, there was no Duchess Hillsborough.
Carmelite water.
So
They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
but interesting altogether. That's kind of a lot. We're gonna loot somebody's luggage? We're gonna do this, Louis. I mean, I'm gonna do this. We can't blame everything on our pixel puppet. We do want to get all the dirt that I can to make this
The
go through,
president's
though.
personal reserve of laudanum, and
That's
judging by
what
the
she
quantity,
died from.
you can't go without it.
I mean, not technically.
Ah, there's also a letter.
Died from being stabbed in the back repeatedly. But, dear Mr. President, I'm returning my answers as quickly as I can. We spoke about it before you left. Note the things are not approved. Stop taking laudanum. I'm looking for a substitute. I'm afraid you won't wait. Danger of definitively impairing your chances of securing your next mandate. Your addiction is jeopardizing the exercise of your office and duties. You've got no other solution but to stop your daily intake. Tompton. That is, or Tompton. I mean, depending on how you pronounce that. I assume Tompton. That's crazy. Maybe I can use that to bribe him. Blackmail's a tough one. I'm not sure I'd recommend that to a friend. Hold on. We want to be going this way. The guests are interesting, but the show must go on here, so. And this should be Elizabeth's room. Yeah, so she died horribly, just horribly. We were asked to investigate it, and there wasn't a whole lot that we could do. We were a major suspect. Unfortunately, Emily was not going to really be able to vouch for us, as This reminds me a little bit of 10 Little Indians. Unfortunately, Emily was not really going to be able to, you know, vouch for us because she wasn't going to be able to say that she was in our room. So we kind of had to, you know, take it on the chin there. What's this here? So we have the dining hall. That is the Great Conclave Gallery, and I'm about to go into the portrait and then the library. Okay, so let's get a move on. Find Manuel here. Manuel, giving me a heck of a time. This is so beautiful. I mean, I know plenty of people who would just die to go to a party like this. Not even have an influence, just like exist there. Some people choose to be servants for just that reason. To have some sort of being someone's nanny or being their footman, etc. Serving a purpose in their being a fly on the wall of their life is not a weird, you know, selection. Everybody has a butler. They have a certain-sized house, etc. We do have castles in America. We do have huge tracts of land here and there. So it's not unheard of to have that sort of thing still. And they just move as part of someone's life. That's how they, you know, function. So. Oh, we took brunch here. This was an incredible... There's a beautiful view up the veranda. It's interesting. I don't see a gramophone. I'd hate to run right past him. Oh, there we are. Hello, friend.
Duke Manuel?
Well, well. Monsieur de Richet, I was not expecting you. I am not in the mood, sir, I warn you. What do you want from me, sir?
So we're in a confrontation. I'm terrible at these. Okay, remind him of his country's common interests. Wolner's looking for you about his spit.
You and I both serve our countries as best we can, Duke Manuel. We're our ambassadors. It doesn't mean we have to oppose each other. France and Spain have always been neighbors and friends. We share common issues, and it's not in our interest to come into conflict, let alone on our own home soil.
All right. You have my full attention, Monsieur de Richet. Make good use of it. Just tell me one thing, monsieur. Why did you side with Mortimer? He is alone, isolated. The United States can do nothing to help you, and France is surrounded by over 10 countries just waiting for the word to pounce. Really, I do not see why you choose Mortimer.
The Golden Order, my friend. The Order is everywhere. We come from France. We are President of the United States, England, and many other countries. We have ambitions and the means to carry them out. You'll see, once all hell breaks out and your English support starts to fade away. The Order is an international organization. It matters little what governments do. Otherwise, why would Mortimer have gone to the trouble of inviting my mother?
If you are right, Sir Gregory has got it all wrong. Tell me, do you really believe Spain has any interest in ceding Louisiana to France?
Duke Manuel, for Spain, I don't know. But for you, I'm convinced that Lord Mortimer will thank you generously.
You would not be trying to bribe me, would you?
Nothing could be further from my mind. It would be an insult to believe that someone such as yourself might have a practical attitude towards its virtue. Even so, it is only natural that you be supported and encouraged if you were to follow Lord Mortimer, isn't it?
Indeed, for services rendered, it would be natural for me to receive compensation for the time spent achieving such an undertaking, yes?
Naturally. And, given your status, my Lord Duke, the compensation would have to be considerable.
Naturally. Tell me
Just make
one last
promises
thing.
for
What would I gain from all this?
blackmail him. I had an option for blackmail. Consolidate your position as a court of Spain. Be free from home.
You unshackle yourself from Sir Gregory, who, let's face it, takes up a lot of space.
What are you talking about?
My friend, I'm guessing that you wouldn't mind getting a little freedom from the overbearing control he exerts?
I would never have gotten where I am today without him. He is an influential man who is true to his word and who has always given me his full attention.
But he obliges you to...
That's enough. I will not allow you to stab him in the back. Sir Gregory is a respectable gentleman, and your petty manipulations have no effect on me. If that is your only argument, then you are on the wrong track.
Repetition of the title of the song, consolidate your position. Conviction is locked. Hold on. Am I able to use this? So I can see... Can I unlock something? No. Conviction is locked. Diversion is locked. So I can really only offer him normal things. This is horrible. Horrible.
My Lord Duke, in these uncertain times, I believe it would be to your advantage to be rid of Louisiana in order to focus your attention on your colonies in the South. It will show the court the man you really are and how much you truly deserve your position.
And it will silence all the jibes and jeers aimed at my person. Then people would only see me as the man who consolidated the frontiers of the Spanish Empire.
What a statesman you are.
Come on, you fool, give it up. You're trapped like a rat.
Monsieur, I am astounded. I did not think you capable, but you have succeeded. I will be more wary of you the next time. Nonetheless, if you can guarantee Lord Mortimer's support, then yes, you can count on my vote when the time comes. However, I expect you to be discreet with regard to my former partners, without which our agreement will become null and void.
Of course, my Lord Duke. You can count on me. Lord Mortimer will be delighted to hear the news.
I hope you know what you are getting into, Louis. I bid you good luck.
Good night, my Lord Duke.
See you tomorrow.
Well,
yes,
that's
I
one
beat
thing.
one.
The only thing left to do is wait for the conference to resume tomorrow morning.
So we just head back up to her room and head to bed. So we definitely won it. Link in the description below. If you do want to play, you can play for free. So that's, heck of fun. Incredible backdrop, incredible story. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer coffee shipped to your door. You put your logo on merch for nothing bucks so you can support the Pirate Queen. We love it when you guys talk about the channel. KOFI is down there. Buy this chick a coffee, $1. Make me smile. Liking, subscribing, commenting. That is always free, so definitely hit us up. Definitely subscribe. And if you hit the bell, you'll get a little thumbnail. So if you've already seen as much as you want to with the council and you're more into RPG epics, extreme indies, these guys are a little bit more established and starting to experiment around with their portfolio. Then you can certainly, go that direction where you just kind of scout for it. So definitely hit up that bell so you can see what's happening daily, what to play next. We love you guys. We love that you're always along for the ride, and we'll see you in the next video.